you all that this is community radio.
We up again.
And we there?
We there.
We're
back.
We back.
We're back. I started a new one. I had
Okay.
it already kind of set up. So
okay,
it was
gotcha.
easy to just hop on.
Okay, you was ready to go with the time called for it. All right, let's see.
Yeah.
So y'all like it, share it with your friends and family, and yep, sure is just like that. And in case you didn't know, now you know. We back. Oh yeah, you did do that. So let me get out of this one. I think I can.
You can hop in the other one.
I don't know. Look, I don't want to break it though, so I'm just.
I'm ending that one.
Okay.
The one that we
Okay, got it. I see that it's gone. Yep, it's done.
Oh, but not okay. Yeah, because it ended like so. Boom.
And so now go to this new one.
Yes.
And I don't see it. I see scheduled.
Okay.
I'm finna just walk in.
Go ahead.
I'm coming in. We're coming in. I'm coming in.
No, so Elon Musk. Now this is funny, right? So while he's doing that, so he's trying to get all of the immigrants out.
Thank you, Mr. Edmund. He said y'all live, right?
We live.
Just to make sure in case we didn't know,
Thank you, Mr. Edmund.
I appreciate that because we might have said some stuff that
But so
we didn't
Trump trying to get all immigrants out, right?
Yeah.
But then he hired Elon Musk. Who is it?
He
from
here. So how can he contribute, Mr. Trump?
Yeah,
if you don't want immigrants to be a part of your administration, like what is that? So let's do this.
Is he gonna kick his wife out too?
Nah, that was a conversation before. She ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
She might decide to leave on her own.
But it's really only black and brown people I think he want out.
That he's targeting with these mass deportations and all of his shenanigans. All right, so y'all know we've been doing these during the election, and then we also been doing like this after election debrief. So we talked about the amendments, the impacts of the amendments that passed. We talked about some of Trump's day one priorities, and now Trump is doing his new hires. So
and he's still talking about his day one.
Oh yeah.
He day one. He's gonna be a busy man. Like he's gonna be big.
Well, here's the thing: on day one, he's probably just gonna be signing it because right now they drafting him, and so that's what I'm learning too. Like when we talk about what you're gonna do on day one means the morning after the election. So after you become president elect, now he putting his team together. He writing his policies. So as soon as he's sworn in on day one, he's signing, stuff that he drafted that will be ready for him to sign on day one. That's kind of how that. So you ain't a busy day oneer. It's like you busy now, so that on day one you can say this is what I did on day one. And he's drafting these executive orders and putting all of these things in place. But the next piece right now, y'all, is his team. And so they actually created a new department, the Department of Government Efficiency. Department of Government Efficiency. And the people who he's tapped to help him lead that, he announced that billionaire Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, a former presidential candidate and ally of the president-elect, will lead this new Department of Government Efficiency. Together, he said, these two wonderful Americans will pave the way for my administration to dismantle government bureaucracy, slash excess regulations, cut wasteful spending, and restructure federal agencies, Trump said in a statement. The Department of Government Efficiency is not a new government agency. Hold on. Trump said it will provide advice, guidance from the outside of government and partner with the White House and the Office of Management and Budget to drive structural government reform. He coming in to do it, and he hiring some hitters to get it done. Because you remember when Elon took over Twitter and he fired everybody, remember?
You see, Twitter ain't been the same.
and losing, yeah, and they losing.
Twitter ain't been the same. They changed his name to X.
Yeah,
matter of fact,
that's who he hired to redo the government.
Wait, first of all, he bought Twitter and then tried to give it back.
Low key, like, I was just playing. I ain't really want it. Yeah.
But then they put letters.
Yeah. So now you got to keep it.
Right. And Twitter ain't been the same since then. It sounds like Donald Trump motto because he buys stuff. Remember
you're right. That's his business model.
Yeah, you buy it,
I see what
and
you did.
ruin it, and then like you leave it, and then say I did these successful business, but you get the money for it.
No, you buy it, ruin it, and then leave, and then you blame it on the person who come after you.
Right.
Saying, see, it was fine when I had it, but now y'all messed it up.
You know, you get all the liens and fines.
This boy,
and then you get all the liens and fines, and then you sell it real quick. Yeah. And then they stuck with it. Like, oh.
Why you got all these liens and fines? They had a clear title when I sold it to you.
Yeah, you know it's like the inside job. Like you know it's coming, but it ain't it yet.
Right.
But as soon as you start the next day, all over here. Oh,
wow.
Hey.
It's What's on Your Mind Wednesday, caller. We talking about Trump's new hires. The blue button. I can't hear him on the.
I didn't put you.
There we go.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you,
Mr. Edmund.
Hey, so how y'all doing? Great show. I want to tell y'all, I think I like this government of efficiency office. I think he's making some good hires right now in that box. Right, I seen the immigrant guy, the immigrant czar. That's what his name.
The immigration czar, Holman. We gonna get to him in a minute.
He's coming to lock it down. He said he's coming to lock it down.
Yeah.
That's the one to watch.
The border guy, the border czar. Yeah, Tom Homan. He was a former acting ICE director. He's been appointed now as the border czar, overseeing all U.S. border and security measures pertinent to immigration.
They say they're doing raids. They say they're gonna bring back workforce or workplace raids. So I think that's the one to watch.
Yeah.
The efficiency seat, I think that's important because the government wastes a lot of money. The U.S. government spent like $100 million on boats. 10-cent boats.
On what?
10-cent boats.
Okay. I hear that. But here's the thing, Mr. Edmund. I hear that loud and clear on the waste side of it. But you got to think of who they spent that with, and they spent it with probably SpaceX.
Oh, Lockheed Martin.
Okay.
Lockheed Martin.
That's one of Elon's competitors, right?
Lockheed Martin and Boeing. So if you know what Boeing, the Boeing jet company,
the airplane.
The screws cost $100,000.
They say they've been overcharging the American government for decades. Like there's an investigation on that right now.
Right.
So I think they oversight on that, on the way they spend money, because that's our money they wasting.
Yeah, that feels right in theory, but then once you start seeing
that onion,
and see the rubber meet the road, and then they start saying, okay, well, why y'all spending all that money to try and help poor people? Like that can be spent other places. What about this, Medicaid spending? What about the, So yeah, I hear you with the military costs, but I'm not hearing them saying anything about, cutting costs in the military budget. They talking about cutting, public services and social services budgets. That's the waste. That's what I'm hearing from them about wasteful spending. But
that's gonna get cut. Social Security gonna get cut. Y'all heard that all our life that we not to expect Social Security, right? So that's coming. We're living in the days.
No, but what we're looking at, and I see where you saying like, hey, we do wasteful spending on some places, but what it sounds like also they're going to keep the poor even poorer at this point, because like, with the money that they're cutting, like they're not putting the services back in this money back into their country.
Right. I'm gonna say it like my wife said it. And maybe this is
Mr. Edmund.
Yeah, thank you. My wife said it like this, not on this topic, but it just made me think about something that she just recently posted. The devil not going to show up as the devil.
No. Well, they kind of do.
Well, no, when he say, so they kind of do. When he say, I'm going to cut government spending and waste, the devil is showing up, making it look like he's going to be doing a good thing, because people be like, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense. The government they spend a lot of money. They waste a lot of money. That's right. Right. But then when he show up and he start cutting, he's not cutting where you think he should be cutting. He cutting where he think he should be cutting.
So let me tell you.
And based upon his priorities, not our priorities.
People are creatures of habit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He's never thought about the people in anything that he's done.
Okay.
He's always been self-interest.
Yeah.
So
or he thinks about his people.
Right.
Yeah.
So then you think he's gonna come into this whole country and think about everybody as a whole?
Yeah.
No, because even like everybody who went after him, count your days.
So, I think that's another one of the day one priorities is overhauling the Department of Justice.
Right.
How did he say it? He's firing, or he's going to reclassify 50,000 government employees so that they can be fired. And so that's his idea of draining the swamp. And again, the devil don't show up as the devil. So when I hear, okay, you're going to, like, I understand that you have people in government who have had these jobs for years.
Yeah.
And then they operate based upon the way they've operated for years.
Right.
And they are inefficient. They have their own agenda. So it's like, we talked about it before. Like when you get a job, it's like, you know what the rules say you're supposed to do.
Right.
But then it's like, okay, this is how we do it.
Yeah.
Right. So you got the policy, but then you have the practice.
Right.
So in theory, what he's saying is like, you got all of these people who have been here all of this time doing all of this stuff. We getting rid of them so we can implement new things that'll be better for the country. But that's where the problem lies, because again, the devil don't show up as the devil. So when he say better for the country, he's saying better for him and his people and his cohort and those who are supporting and rocking with him. So that's what I hear when I hear him say it's going to be better for us. Like, I don't see myself as a part of the Trump us. I'm sorry, y'all. I just don't.
Yeah.
Like when he say us, I don't see myself in the us.
No, because when he talked about the purge, that was us. Like he said,
there is a us that we're a part of, and then there's the us that we're not a part of. Right.
He said Detroit,
Philadelphia,
Atlanta,
majority black cities. Right.
So that's the us that he's including.
Yeah.
And let me tell you this,
what up, Tiff? Good to see you.
I want to be wrong.
Yeah.
I want to be wrong.
We all do.
But I don't think we're wrong about it.
And I'm quoting Mr. Edmond. You got to count them for what they did the last time.
Right. And so like
he's dependably undependable.
Right. And we thinking like, okay, yeah, the government is corrupt and all,
that's true.
But listen.
That's true. That's true, said the guy who's convicted of fraud. Right. They committing fraud. Yes, said the fraudster.
Right.
Who better to point out the fraud than somebody who's convicted of committing fraud?
Honestly, when I look at it, a lot of people who really voted for Trump is about that life.
Yeah.
Like
the scammers. Yeah. The scammers are us.
Right.
They ready. Got their paperwork. They got all that stuff ready to submit. Because they know he's going to roll out something that's going to allow them to do fraud. Yeah.
Which is going to mess up our country even more. Like, we got inflation so high because of all this fraud. Like, that money somebody had to get their money back some type of way. And then it was on the back of the people of America. Like, you fraud it. And then on top of that, most of the people who fried it don't even got nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm about to get yours. Views expressed.
Right. Get your money. Get your money.
But if you're gonna do it, like, make it work. Because this is America.
That's not the nature of that, though.
But no, like, it went through I don't know too many people who operate that way. Is like, okay, I'm finna do this, and then after this, I'm going all the way legit, and I'm gonna be up after. Like, no, you think that the gag is gonna continue forever because the money keep on coming.
Yeah,
so you be like, ooh, and then when it stops, you're like, wait, hold on.
I ain't really prepared for it to stop. What's the next scam? What's the next thing?
You hop on to the next one,
and then by that time, you got a new administration that's coming in, and they're saying, "Hey, yeah, remember that thing y'all did?
Right.
Y'all can't do that, and we can hold you accountable."
Trump, let me tell you, I don't care what you doing with in or out of his administration.
Yeah.
He don't care about you.
he don't care about you. Like for the people in the back. Yeah.
Look, everybody in his administration
Good morning, Emily.
now can't get jobs.
Yeah.
Just think about it. The mayor.
If you work from Trump, like ain't nobody hiring you.
No, what's the name got disbarred?
Yeah, I forget which. Maybe a couple of them. Was it Giuliani?
Giuliani got disbarred. He can no longer do law.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even though nobody liked him, but
that's the price you pay for your allegiance.
Like, they went to jail. They looked like all this other stuff.
Yeah, one of his riders just jumped. What was that? Bannon? I think Bannon got out a couple weeks back. Like Trump got partners coming home, man. I don't know if y'all really understand. Like, this is crazy.
They say we don't give about him either. But you don't have to care about him, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is he always get away with it, but everybody else does not.
They got a word for that. They call it white privilege.
No, because the white people going to jail too.
Okay, but he pardoned them.
Yeah.
So look, they got it sold up. They thought this thing all the way through. Again, you got a fraudster that's in charge now. So
we'll see what,
yeah. And he's got some history and experience now. So he's not starting from scratch.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like he got some lessons learned from, his first 4 years. Yeah. Then he had 4 years off to like refine a lot of these theories. And now he's back to like practice what they've, been working on for the last really 8 years now.
Yeah. And so
yeah. So get ready. Like what you've been working on for the last 8 years, because you're gonna need it. Other picks in this administration. So what's on your mind Wednesday? We talking about the new hires in the Trump administration, those who have been tapped to help him lead once he's sworn in. Mm-hmm. Marco Rubio is expected to be the Secretary of State. Marco Rubio has served as a U.S. Senator from Florida since 2011, focusing on foreign policy through his roles on the Senate Intelligence and Foreign Relations Committees.
Count your days, Marco Rubio, because once you're on this administration, you're never going to work again.
You'll never work again in this town. So Rubio has been a vocal critic of adversaries like China and Iran, advocating for strong U.S. policies to counter these threats. Rubio's alignment with Trump's America First agenda has grown over time, also reflecting a shared vision that they have on international relations.
So I'm with America First, right?
Okay.
But if you're talking about all America,
in theory, right?
Just if you're talking about America First, all in theory, I'm with it.
Okay.
Like, I do think we need to take care of ourselves first before we go over there and get into other people's backyards and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But what they're doing again,
the devil doesn't show up as the devil, right?
Right. So the middle class that now exists is going to be, because they almost don't exist now.
Right.
It's going to be non-existent.
Mm.
Because America First is keeping the rich richer.
Yeah. At
this point, and then forget everybody else.
Again, his America.
Right.
When he say America First, what America do you think he's thinking about?
Like, they talking about, let Trump take him out.
He's gonna take a lot of them out. You just wait. Right?
This is why I'm hopeful.
Okay.
God is always in charge.
That's right.
God is always in charge.
Said my mama. He is.
And if your mama said it,
it's the truth. Yep. It's absolutely the truth, even if it ain't. So yeah, then Mike Waltz, he's expected to be the National Security Advisor. Mike Waltz represents the 6th Congressional District in Florida. He's done that since 2019. Mm-hmm. He's a retired Army National Guard Special Forces Colonel and the first Green Beret elected to Congress. Mm-hmm. His military background includes multiple combat tours and roles as White House and Pentagon advisor. Waltz has also been a staunch supporter of Trump's foreign policy, particularly advocating for a strong stance against China and reassessing the U.S. support for Ukraine. Mm-hmm. And so if you notice the couple things that the two of these foreign policy picks have in common is, one, their support for Trump, and then number two, their disdain for China.
Yeah.
And so they like, they really trying to roll up on him. Susie Wiles, she was actually picked as his White House chief of staff. She was appointed, becoming the first woman to hold this position. She's actually the one who managed Trump's campaign, and she has a long history in Republican politics. Did you see her on pictures? Mm-mm. She looked like one of them old mob wives. Like she looked like a gangster. I looked at her, I was like, she looked like one of them mob wives. Like she kind of give that, that energy. Like you could tell she coming to do it for real.
Now, Mr. Trump.
And unfortunately for us, yeah.
Mr. Trump, if you listening to me,
yeah.
Can we get customer service back in America?
Bring customer service back. How about that? Bring it back. Oh my God.
I want it back. I don't want to
bring those jobs back.
Bring it because I don't want to talk to nobody who don't understand me. And I have to keep on saying, can I speak to your supervisor? This is your discount. No discount.
Kiana. I'm
just saying, putting their ass in.
Okay, yeah, since you can throw your hat in, right?
Can I ask for our job? That job to come back. No more outsourced customer service. That's it.
Amen. And
that's not it, but that was on my top of my list.
I hear that. Basha Jordan, Dr. Jordan, thank you for tuning in. He says we need to pray for Trump and America, especially minorities. And absolutely, positively. Kristi Noem, Secretary of Homeland Security. So South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem has been nominated as the Secretary of Homeland Security. She was previously considered as a potential vice presidential candidate. She'll be joining the team and also enforcing his strict immigration policies. Mike Huckabee, he'll be the U.S. ambassador to Israel. He's a former Arkansas governor. He's been nominated to lead that effort, and he's known for his strong support of Israel and conservative policies. He's tapped John Ratcliffe to be the director of the CIA.
Can I add? So, do he have any of his black friends?
I'm looking at this list. I don't see. Yeah, them black jobs. He was talking about. Well, maybe these ain't black jobs. I don't know.
No. A lot of black celebrities that got up there and spoke on his behalf.
He did.
Because Elon,
where they at?
Listen, he hired his.
He hired Elon. Yeah. Elon bought that job.
I don't care what he did.
He bought that job though. They say that man gave over $200 million
because he
to the campaign.
But he also gave away. He gave away $1 million on X. Like he was giving away where he went through a lawsuit and they told him
to say because he was paying people to vote.
Yeah, something he was doing.
I saw something like that. Yeah. No, I hear that. The Latino vote really disappointed. Yeah, I hear that, Maurice.
Yeah, that is very disappointing with it.
Wow.
Like I just couldn't I don't see how you look past that.
Yeah.
Like with it, and then not only did they call you trash, right? But for some people that's very prideful about their country, right?
Yeah.
Their area. Not only did he call you trash.
I got a few Latinx friends. They probably not Trump supporters, but I want to talk to some of y'all and find out what those dinner table conversations are like. Just what prompted that? What motivated, the Latino or Latinx community to support him in the way that they did?
And then on top of that, because they think he's a good businessman.
Oh, okay.
Right? And then, so when you think about it, but then not only he tried to distance himself a little bit from it, like 24 hours later, but then his next rally, he put on a garbage man suit.
Oh wow!
The
Puerto Rico is a garbage. Yeah.
So that's really like I'm gonna take out the trash. He didn't have to say it.
Yeah.
But he said it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
I'm finna ride that wave. The theme of today is the devil will not show up as the devil.
Because he show up as your friend.
Yes.
Like he really do.
And then they think that you think that this guy's for you, but there's nothing that he's done to show that he's for you other than say, I'm for you.
But
but his actions haven't lined up with that.
What I was taught is that the devil knows your weaknesses and your plans as well, right? Because once you speak it out, not only does it hit God's ears, it hits the devil's as well, right?
Yeah.
And so the devil knows how to disguise himself.
Yeah.
And then
they say he appears as an angel of light, right?
Right. Yeah. And then you know what? I'm going to tell you is when you're living a life and you're trying to get away from something, and you've been a part of that life, he's going to show up to try to pull you in. And because your prayer life starts to get strong and you're asking God to lead you somewhere else, the devil comes in and be like, I'm going to intercede. And you think that is God telling you to do this. And you be like, no, I'm praying and I'm walking away. If God didn't want me there, he wouldn't allow this to happen. But it's not God. It's the devil coming in.
Wow.
Pretending
that
he is. So like if you're trying to get from the streets and then all your thoughts is still about the streets, it's because you was his strongest supporter and his
I'll tell you, this is a real deal, right? So like soon as you decide to leave the streets, that's when the plug gonna come and be like, yo, I got a new batch of whatever.
Right.
And it's like everything that you've been trying to get to, as soon as you decide to leave, that's when it show up. And that's when you have to make that decision. Like I was, it wasn't everything, but I remember being in a Friday night study group at the mosque when I was in that stage. Like I hadn't joined yet, but I'm in this meeting and I'm like really engaged and I'm in tune. And it was a Friday night study group. We were discussing the topic, who is God? Study Guide 19. I'll never forget it. And I'm sitting there and my beeper is blowing up, right? And it's a Friday night, so my beeper like just going crazy that night. And I mean, it used to do all right, but this particular night, it was just off the hook. And I'm like, what is this? But I'm sitting in the mosque. And I'm in the study group. And I'm like, I'm like, it was, I had the code, so I knew who was calling because they was like calling, you put the codes in your beeper. So I'm looking and I'm like, these orders coming in. But I messed around and let one of the brothers pick me up.
Oh, so you could.
So I couldn't leave. So I was stuck. So I'm sitting there because I'm like, I'm into what they talking about, but then I got like this huge distraction. And then I had to make a decision. And then this is what kind of came to me in that moment was like, what do you really need to do? Where do you really need to be? Like, I know I need to make, this move. But like, I need this. Like where I was in my life and what I was dealing with, I was like, man, I need this. I think I got to just let this go so I can focus on this. But that was the decision. And we talk about how the devil shows up when you trying to do right. That's kind of the context of this. And that's exactly where I was. I'm like, okay, I got to decide whether I'm going to stay here and do this or if I'm going to leave. And there's no telling what's on the other end of this phone call. And I chose to stay, and the rest is history.
Because he manifests in your fears.
Yeah.
Right? And everything that you think that like, you be like, oh, because you think if you let it go, you lose something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like if you're a protector, right? You feel like if I don't go when everybody call me and fight everybody back, I lose that instinct. No, you do not. What happens is you don't have to, you can still be a protector without putting yourself in danger.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what
that's
I mean?
Right.
Like
that's
you
right.
Don't have to fight every battle.
There's other ways. Yeah. Yeah.
Walking away is the greatest strength that you have. And when you're looking at manhood, because you want to show up for the people that matter and not the ones that pull you somewhere else that don't call you any other time.
Yeah. But to get in some mess. Yeah. They call you for some mess. That's how the old people used to say it. Some mess. You got to say like that. Mess. Yeah, that's true though.
When you look at and he show up in your dreams too.
Yeah.
Because
that's right.
Like he plays with you. If you think about something and you're trying to get away, like
you be like, it's so real.
People plotting. Oh, this. If you go to sleep with it, you're gonna dream about it.
Yeah.
And then you think, oh God, show me who did it. Like, no,
that's true.
Right?
That's true.
And no, it's not. It is not. It's not because God is not a God of chaos.
No.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely not.
Gonna take you
the
somewhere.
Author of peace, not confusion.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not gonna take you somewhere that's gonna take you off the street.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I mean? He's not gonna take you somewhere that's gonna bring more. What did you say? If your problem
causes, if your solution causes more problems, it's not a solution. Yeah, that's it. And that's where we are as a country. We just voted to solve a problem by adding a whole lot more problems to the mix. Wow. So it's 8:45, y'all. You're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99 Jams the Berg, man. We it's What's on Your Mind Wednesday. So y'all want to give us a call. You got to make it quick. Because we got a lot happening, a lot going on in the world, man, and we just want to make sure that y'all are right. So tell us what's on your mind. We're talking about Trump's picks, some of the things that we can look forward to in the future, and the theme that has emerged during this conversation is based upon something my wife said a couple days ago. The devil will not show up as the devil. Right? He's going to show up as an angel of light, making you think it's good. And so when you hear these things coming across, if they sound real, real good, double click on it just to be on the safe side.
And you can send stars.
Please.
Send stars.
Yes.
And then we're also
support.
Yes. Listen, all 2025.
Yeah.
We're changing our motto. Like really, you know what I mean? Like
we got some good stuff coming out. Let's that was a good tease. But we're gonna roll this thing out because it's a lot of things happening, and we really gonna be counting on you all as community to show up and show out in the way of support for this programming. Because unlike corporate stations that get corporate donations and corporate sponsorships, and they have this whole machine behind them, like it's us, y'all. We are the machine behind the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. We are the machine behind the Carafesta radio station, and it's on us as community to really move this thing forward. So we don't get a lot of those big, corporate donations. Not that we shun them. If y'all want to throw something this way,
we'll take it.
We'll take it. But we don't follow unwritten rules that are not in our favor. And sometimes those things come with unwritten rules
that's
not in our favor. And when we buck them, they be like, "Oh, well, y'all didn't follow the rules." It was like that wasn't in the agreement, right? You know what I mean? We did what we said we was going to do, and sometimes people buy your positions. I saw a post that came back up on my timeline that said, they making offers for souls. You know what I'm saying? And they actually trying to buy souls out here, y'all. So we not selling. We not selling.
Y'all be careful out here.
Y'all be careful in these streets.
And if you could know earlier, because we got two different stream yards this morning because we had some technical difficulties. But you heard we're moving rooms.
Yeah.
Like we know what. Yeah. Moving on up.
So it's gonna look a little different too in the days and weeks ahead. So also this weekend is the final weekend of the third Tampa Bay Afro Futurism Festival. It's taking place this coming weekend as a series of events that's happening across St. Pete, Clearwater, and Tampa. And starting on Friday, there's the Clearwater Community Tech Day. That's going to be 1 to 5 at the Arts for Life Academy on Kings Highway in Clearwater. And then Saturday, there's an evening with Tanae Johnson. And then there's live performances happening over in Tampa. Like, it's a lot happening. But I'm about Sunday, the closing night.
Studio
620. Time is 6:20 p.m. at the studio at 6:20. And it's going to be featuring the intellectual gangster, the voice of the people, our very own Professor Donnie McClendon.
Donnie
McClendon. He's going to be with DJ Speedy. They're presenting Afrofuturism, the first and final frontier. It's going to be music and visuals review. There'll be a presentation by a designer and artist, Kamisha Martin, entitled The Evolution of Lola Soul, followed by The Fuss, futuristic, upscale, sustainable style fashion stroll, and the TBAFF closing night celebration. For more information and any updates, you can get the full schedule by going to Tampa Bay Afrofuturismfestival.com. And when you show up, tell them that you heard about it on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club and that we sent you.
Please do.
Yeah.
Be like, my peeps sent me.
My peeps sent me. My peeps. Yeah, that's it. The Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, our peeps.
Yeah, that's Shayna. Shayna be like,
yeah.
My peeps.
Yeah, and I was that's an urban air thing too. Cause Chandra, she'll say what up, peeps. I get that. Yeah. I'm all right with being one of the peeps.
Okay.
All right, so we can talk and really go into more deeply. Thank you for the stars, Dan, and thank you for your consistency. Yeah. Dan consistently support the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, not just by commenting, not just by liking and sharing, but by sending in stars, and we really, really appreciate that.
And you know what? We have so many different people that hate the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club with different views. This is like a gumbo pot.
Oh yeah,
right?
Oh yeah.
And we all like here we like it all.
Yeah, look. I taste that in there. I got that in there. Yeah. Oh, that was a little bitter, but it good. It balances out the. Yeah, all the flavors, roll them around. So thank you for the support, Brad. Good morning. We appreciate you tuning in. So the Tropicana Field.
I see the whole tarp is gone.
Oh yeah, it had to go.
Yeah,
like I mean, you had to, if part of your roof come off, you got to take the rest of it off before you can fix it. So that's what they did. But the damage report, because that was the thing. We talked about it a little bit.
The damage report is crazy because even the media room was probably like $20 million by itself.
Yeah, it was. Well, here's where they landed. So the Tropicana Field has been deemed repairable. Oh my God! So let me see how far I want to go with this. We got to vote on this too. So it's been deemed repairable. I'll start there. But that doesn't mean that it has to be repaired. It means that it can be repaired. I'll say it that way, because you got two different ways that these assessments can go. One of the assessments can be like, it can be saved, it got to be destroyed, blah blah blah, or it can be saved, it can be repaired, but here's how much it's going to cost. So I guess the good news in this, if there was a good news part of this, is that it doesn't have to be torn down; it can be repaired. Right,
but it's getting torn down.
But it's already slated to be torn down. The irony. So the recent assessment estimates that repairs could be completed by the 2026 season and cost approximately $55.7 million. The decision to proceed with these repairs now rests with the St. Pete City Council. So it's going to be $55.7 million to fix Tropicana Field and play for 2 more seasons before it's demolished, and then the new stadium is over.
$55 million.
57.
57.
No, 55.7. Pardon me.
$55.7 million. So like we do that. How can we make this $55.7 million back?
Don't know. Great question.
So I mean, honestly,
insurance gonna cover a lot of it though.
Oh, okay. So what part is insurance gonna? So we gotta pay insurance is gonna have to pay like $22 million.
So that's the deductible,
right? So then they pay the rest.
So let me start at it. So the report highlighted that the Hurricane Milton caused $39 million in damage, with an additional $16 million needed for the associated costs like design, permitting, and staffing. The roof replacement alone is going to be $23.6 million. Okay, for the loan. I mean, just for the roof. Insurance and FEMA reimbursements. The city is working to secure coverage for the repairs, including reimbursements from FEMA. However, there is a $22 million deductible, and the extent of the insurance coverage is still what remains uncertain. So there's a lot of things that still have to be determined. Like out of this 55 million or whatever, how much of it is actually going to be covered by insurance?
Because at this point, if you got to pay the insurance of $22 million and they're not covering the rest, it don't even make sense.
Not to me.
Insurance.
It might to somebody else though, Kiana.
It don't make no sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, we got people in our city who that makes sense to.
That makes no sense.
Just watch. You just wait and watch. It's coming.
So good business people. Good business. So if we're putting $55.7 million in there. My next question is, how do we get it back?
Yeah.
Right? Because again, you got to go in there, not friendship. We got to think about business and not bankrupting our city.
Yep.
Or taking from the taxpayers and everything else. And money that can be allocated to other things.
Right.
How do we get this money back? And this is another conversation that, since the Rays are so friendly, and they're partners.
Yep.
How do you see us getting this money back? Because honestly, who's benefiting from it more than anything is the Rays.
Yeah. Here's the other part of this whole thing, right? The Tropicana Field and the stadium is a city-owned property and asset, and the Rays under the current agreement are tenants.
Right.
And so if you think about it like a landlord-tenant agreement, like we as the city have a duty and a responsibility to make this facility available for these tenants. And so the tenants, this is when you talk about how friendly the rays are. Like if the city does not honor their part or our part of this agreement, then the tenant has rights. Oddly enough, in Florida, some tenants actually still have rights, and the Rays is one of those tenants that has rights, because if we don't deliver our part of the agreement, which is to provide a functioning, stadium for them to play their home games, then that opens the city up for a lawsuit from their tenant, who they just partnered with. So it's a lot of moving pieces.
So
and
I rented some places when like you're responsible.
Tiffany, hold on, I'm sorry. Man, if they don't just tear that thing down now and rebuild it, that's a waste of money. Yeah.
It actually is. Like at this point, it sounds like you should just speed up what you were already gonna do.
Yeah. They would have to find them somewhere to play their home games for the next 2 years. Yeah. But that's about to like real deal be a conversation. I think we're
so listen.
Yeah, we're gonna be voting on this in the next couple of weeks. This is the call to action. Y'all pay attention, man. And if you think that this is a waste of money, waste of time, waste of whatever, you better start reaching out to some of your council members, because this is like coming up real quick. We're gonna have to vote on this real fast.
They keep on saying that we got the worst attendance anyway, right?
That's what they say.
As I say, so that means you don't really need a big stadium.
Let them play at Bogey. Send them over there to Wildwood. The Rowdies. We got the worst attendance. They don't need all that. Y'all don't need all that space anyway, right? Have it spoiled out there. Y'all going over the Botley. Play there for 2 years. Oh my God.
I mean, I'm using y'all words.
Yeah. Oh my God. So listen, it's some big decisions. So 2 things that are happening. Actually 3 things. So the repair assessment is one of them. Really deciding which way to go forward with that. And then the bonds, because in order to pay for it, the council has to approve the bond agreement. Mm-hmm. There are some concerns now about that. And then the third thing is what the county is going to do, because the county dynamic has shifted and changed as well after this election. And so there may be some different views on the incoming county commission that may impact it. And then I guess this will be a 3A. When you talk about the county's portion, a lot of what they were looking to do to pay for their portion was tourist dollars.
Right.
Well, you see what happened to the beaches, and you see how much, look, is that the God laugh? Like man plans and God laughs, right? Is that the God laughing right there? Because that was the plan. The plan was we're going to have all this tourist dollars that's going to be able to pay for the stadium. And now the beaches are gone. Fall back. I'm finna just look like how that Homer Simpson thing where you just kind of go back into
we don't get
no money. Nope.
Go to the hotel.
There you have it. That's why I said man plans. No deposit. Oh, yeah. We're going to take it all in. Bring it back, y'all.
Listen, like...
Yeah, you got to laugh to keep them crying, y'all.
You really do. Because it's like this plan, like this is... Listen.
You can't even collect yourself, Kiana. Yeah, but I mean, think about it. That was the plan. Like the county saying we're gonna do it and we're gonna pay for it with tourist dollars, and now the hotel industry and all of the revenue, them hurricanes said.
And honestly, you got to sit here and think about like again, nothing happens by accident, right? Nothing.
God is still in charge.
He really is, and
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave that though.
Okay.
I'm about to go somewhere else.
No, I hear that. We got 2 minutes, so
what's your final thoughts?
Man, God is still in charge.
The devil don't show,
and the devil will never show up as the devil. Right. He don't show up as himself. He shows up as an angel of light, and so this don't mean look the gift horse in the mouth. But if they offering you something and you got to compromise who you are to do it, it's probably not God. So that's my final thought, y'all. Listen, keep your head up.
Be the change you want to be.
You got to.
Laugh to stop crying.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Write down those 5 things that make you feel good. And again, even though there's a lot of stuff that's stacked against us, we gotta appreciate what's not.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm grateful.
And yeah.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful because we got an opportunity. Even though we got uphill roads, we got ups and downs. And you got an opportunity. You got a shot.
You got a shot. Like, we've been here before. And so what we didn't do the last time, we can do this time.
That's right.
You know, kind of like what Trump did.
Right.
It's like, what I didn't get done last time,
I'm here to do it now.
And
yeah.
So we didn't get done last time, we can get it done this time. So
that's right. Get your ducks in order. It's Kindness Day. So go buy Krispy Kreme. They're doing free donuts.
Free donuts for the first 500. Now, I picked up mine a little bit before 7.
Okay.
I did it before 7.
Okay.
I was number 58.
Okay. A couple hours ago, yeah. So,
but it is a Wednesday, so people are at work.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But they had 500.
Okay.
So
there you have it. Pull up, get your free donuts. It's Kindness Day, and be kind to somebody too.
Yeah, and stay tuned for Sister Hugh.
Make you lose your shoes and shout all around the house. This is Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John,
and this is Kiana,
and we out. We out.
.99 Gems. The Berg.
Right now.
Peace and light. This is your brother John, and I would like